From the gun, here's Goff. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That'll allow him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere. Look at this time for Woods, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 36. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. Try to get it to Woods.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll run on 1st down with Singletary. The former Charger All-Pro Eric Weddle on the stop.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Second and 9 now. Going up top. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. That one was intended for John Brown, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
I know the initial focus was on how far that pass was downfield, but how about the coverage on the play? Able to stay with him, get his hands where the receiver's hands were going to try and catch the ball, tips it up in the air, and knocks it away.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces them to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. It's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
The L.A. offense ready to go for their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
Hey, Echo. You don't want me. 41 Mike, right here. 41 Mike. In your face.
On 1st down, it's gone. And that's complete to Cooks. 1st down, Los Angeles there with a pickup of 14 yards.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target, and he's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that. And that's what he did.
Just beating the play clock is gone. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Aaron Donald, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. On 2nd down, here's a run with Singletary. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long.
Well, let's go ahead and detail this situation here. 3rd and long coming up, back near your own goal line. I would be very hesitant about throwing the football in this situation.
Maybe just run up the middle?
Yeah, I think that might be the spot for them. You got to try and find some space for your punter because you don't want him backed up where he has to alter what he does.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. The Bills send the punter out as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Oh, they're on him too, and he will score. Touchdown, LA. As his guys are in for 6, and the Rams have taken the lead. Point after, right down the middle, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
24 is the mic. Hey, watch the twist. 24 is the mic.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Finding Knox there, complete. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. 2nd and 1. Eluding the pressure right. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. Picked up by Jonathan Jones. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. He was pretty good a year ago in college, getting outside of the pocket and making plays, but it's a different story here in the NFL.
Well, in college, when he broke out of the pocket, his receivers often knew what to do in a scramble drill. And defenders weren't quite as adept at that. In the NFL, they work on that as well. They realize once he's out of the pocket, you can knock a receiver down. You can take him out of the play that way. You can make sure you hunt him up and make sure that you have him covered downfield. They do a much better job of it. He's got to learn that the speed has changed on this level.
They'll run it with Johnson. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1.
He gets it halfway there with that run. I think you play up-tempo, get right back on the line of scrimmage, and hammer at him again.
2nd and goal from the 1. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. Brandon Cooks, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Rams tack on to their advantage. Extra point splits the uprights, and that pushes the lead up to 11. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They trail now 14-3, an 11-point deficit as they start things out with a 1st and 10. Now a nice play defensively on 1st down as this is knocked away and incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Aaron Donald. Make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
And absolutely zero surprise that that one was incomplete, huh? I mean, truthfully, how many OCs have we seen with 3rd and 20 on their play sheet and go, oh, I've got the exact play to dial up?
Now, that's just a head-scratching down when you're facing a 3rd and 20. Tried to complete it, couldn't get it done. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Rams are going offense here with a 1st and 10. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. A carry by Henderson to start the drive. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Trent Murphy, the one to bring him down. This defense could use a few more plays like that right now.
It certainly could, but think about it from an offense's perspective right now. They've got a lead, but they don't want to throttle down too much and stall themselves. Still want to move at a nice pace.
And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Throwing on 3rd. Gone. This is Johnson. He's got it. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It's a gain of 15, and the Rams have a 1st down. A 1st down carry here for Johnson. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. A gain there of 12 yards and a 1st down L.A.
Exactly what they needed right there because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. On the ground, this is Johnson. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Check 41.
2nd down, it's Henderson. And an alley to run. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. It's a gain of 15, and the Rams have a 1st down.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
Come on, set. Take you, Gator. Let's go, defense. Let's go, defense.
Stepping up, Hills hit, and he lost the football. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Flushed out right. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. John Johnson with the INT, and he will score. Touchdown, LA. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the 1st half. Well, we know this defense has athleticism. Spots like that prove us right.
I love the way that you spotlighted the athleticism because you and I both know the best athletes on the field, they play on defense.
Oh, no, I was a kicker. You got to remember that now.
Come on, come on.
Fine. This one fielded at the 5. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a...
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. The Bills are going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10. Back to throw here. He's got the connection to Cole Beasley. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll set up a throw. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
Let's make these babies crawl all the way back home. Hey, watch that, watch that. Watch safety creep, watch safety creeping.
2nd and 10. He completes it to Jones. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 12 yards that time and a Bills 1st down. So 3 seconds here remain in the half on as the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. From the left hash, it's an even 50-yard attempt. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman. The Rams going to get the football first here, and they look to build on their lead as the second half gets started. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. They run with Henderson. And not too much going there as he'll get it up to the 23-yard line. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
Come on, 180. Horrible. They're not ready for this. They still playing soccer. Y'all playing Bravo.
On 3rd down, here's Henderson. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. He'll give up 6 yards there on the loss, and it'll bring up 4th down. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Now it's Peterson. They'll be hard-pressed to match that one. That a 65-yard punt. And the Bills will be backed up to start the drive. They'll have it 1st and 10. They're going to look to throw. And he's going to be taken down. Sacked back at the 2. Kyle Van Noy in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. On the counter, this is Singletary. And he'll get this up past the 5 to the 7-yard line. Give him 4 yards there, but still in a big hole. 3rd and long.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an... He's going to be taken down. Sacked back at the 2. Kyle Van Noy. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. The Bills send the punter out. Remember, though, he did have one blocked earlier. And he's able to get it out of there. Just a yard return there after a punt of 49. And out will come the offense as they take over. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Here we go, let's bring it. Let's go. Let's bring it.
On 3rd down, it's Henderson. And he will get this to the midfield stripe, but that's not going to be enough. He's a few yards short. 4 yards on the pickup there, but it's going to take him to 4th down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball.
He's got a man, complete. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. John Brown. An 80-yard touchdown, as they're now just an extra point away from getting back within 1 score. Well, they had their chances in the first half, you remember, but had to settle for 2 field goals. This time they come away with 6.
I think they actually got affirmation about what they were doing by getting a touchdown, because the field goals means they got in range but couldn't quite finish it off. This time, they broke through, and that's great for the old confidence.
And on the sideline, difference of a feeling between 3 and 6, is it astronomical or no?
It can be at times, that's for sure. A lot of times the field goal feels like a disappointment. The touchdown, well, that tells you you're getting it done.
The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
At the 26-yard line. 17.
2nd and 5 now. Goff. He'll have a first down past the 40. He'll find Henderson there. It's complete as they finally wrangle him in at the 48. 22 yards there, a first down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. And an alley to run. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And he gets this one down to the 24. A big-time gain there on the keeper, using his legs to hurt him. First down.
And that was a nice, strong run by the guy they call the field general.
1st and 10 at the 20.
So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 24. Henderson now on 1st and 10. And able to get about 3 as he's taken down right at the 20.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Defense wins championships, baby. Check 99. Tell.
Here's Goff. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
Mike 58, right there. I'm trying to collect.
Here's Johnson. And they're going to get him down well short of the first, as he can only get this to about the 19. A good pickup there, 7 yards, but it brings up 4th down. And his kick here is good. And that will bump the lead up to 11. A big one there. That gives him a little cushion and makes it a 2-score game.
Yeah, bled a little time off the clock, put some points on the board. It's not totally out of reach yet, but it has to feel pretty good to them right now, because as a defender, you go out on the field and say, guess what? You can put some points on the board, but that won't beat us.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be taken very short. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right? And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off at the 36. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
Back to throw. Goff. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. So he can't hang on. And as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know. But you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. They'll run with Henderson, and he won't get much. Maybe a couple. Down inside the 35 to the 34.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Now Henderson. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
24 is the mark. Here we go,
Now back to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on. 3rd down. The Bills on 3rd down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. He'll drop to throw. He's got his target. That's Zach Pascal. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. This quarterback now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Second and 5. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. He'll look to throw, and he finds Tyler Kroft. And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line, well short of the first. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep down. And this is taken in at the 5. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Tyler Kroft, his first touchdown on the year, as his guys are back within a single score. Back to throw, and this is caught. They got it. And that could be an important 2 points. It gets them back within a field goal. So just under 2 minutes to play, and this would figure to pretty much be your ball game right here. And this one travels out of bounds, so unsuccessful there on the onside kick try. Well, we had a number of good games in the afternoon sessions, but this Sunday nighter might top them all. So we come up here on 1st and 10. From the 50, it's gone. Then he's got the hook up here. It's Woods. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll go back to Henderson on 1st down. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Got to figure the rush is going to be fierce again as they come up 2nd and 13. And he's taken down inside the 30. That's a gain of 13, 1st down Rams.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. Goff now to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. And the Bills are going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock. So Goff, he'll try to refocus after the sack. The Rams now set up with a tough one, a 3rd and long.
Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone.
Goff. And that's complete to Cooks. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And that will double their lead as it's up to 6. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Critical condition here, obviously. Got to hope to get something quick right and then maybe take that shot deep.
And once they do take the big shot, you've got to worry on defense. Of course, no one getting behind the defense and make it an easy throw. But nowadays, it's not just the ball being tipped in the air and people in the end zone in a cluster. It's that guy that's short of the end zone who comes up and ends up making the play because he goes unguarded. So there's a lot to think about if you're playing defense in this situation.
We'll see if they can cover all their bases. He's going to let it fly. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left. So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
Check nickel, nickel, nickel. Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. Dancing to his left. He can run for it, and he will. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by Nickel Roby-Coleman. And that is going to seal this victory as time runs out. Well, we were on hand for a fun and entertaining game here, coming down really to that last play. Great job defensively to get the pick and seal it.
And we know that every play during a game matters. You're never sure which one's going to be one of the key ones. But at the end of the game,